I remember this one young woman. She was getting married, and she hoped it wouldn't rain because she couldn't afford the tent. She called me every day for 5 days. I really wanted to help her out. I talked to her about all sorts of stuff, high pressure, low pressure. That's what I want to do. I want to help people plan their days. As it turned out, the weather was sunny and warm.
From couples planning their special day to high schools hosting graduation ceremonies to families scheduling weekend getaways. Boy, we have all relied on the weather forecast of our chief meteorologist, Bill Martin.
That's it. At our house, when we were watching the 10 o'clock news as a kid, we always had to, my dad always said, we got to wait until Bill Martin comes on. Oh, yeah. So we know what the weather's going to look like tomorrow. That was it. He would try to stay awake until you came on. You were part of the family. You're part of our family. You're part of so many people's family in the Bay Area. How special has this whole ride been for you?
You know, that's like, I'm sad, I'm energized, I'm excited about everything, but the thing that is most wonderful is stories like that. Yeah. And you guys, you're the same way. We all come into people's homes, and you're there, and like I've been answering emails, that's all I'm doing right now, because I realize there's an experience that the viewer had with me, and sometimes it's like, well, we just got our new puppy, and you know, we watched you every night, and it was just, everybody's got a backstory, and you want their story to end. My story's ending, but it's going to keep going, but I want my story to end with them nicely. So I feel like I just want to get back to everybody. I just want that experience to be what you have with your dad, where it was like, it's because it's comforting. I mean, I'm like an old shoe, man. I've been here doing this for so long. But this is
a well-worn shoe, yeah.
I went around the circles on that, but the real thing here for me is just the community I feel with the Bay Area. I feel, I hate to say beloved, but people are so nice to me, and wherever I go.
I wonder why that is. No, but truly though, Bill, what makes you so special is just your kind of casual approach to things. You're not a hype man, right? You keep things in perspective. If it's going to rain an inch, it's going to rain an inch. That's not the sky is falling. And I think that's what really a lot of people appreciate about you.
Thank you. That means that's what I was trying to do. I think that the world of the internet and clicking and getting likes and stuff has created sort of an energy that is, you know, it makes it hard to do that, to be not sensationalistic. And my good buddy Mark Tamayo, we've been working together a lot of years. Mark and I talk about this a lot because it matters a lot to us to be, I don't want to, like, there's fires, you know, people have PTSD from those fires. So when people start saying, okay, red flag warnings, this is, you know, because they can scare the Jesus out of people. I grew up in Paradise. I was up there on that fire, and I know these people personally, plus Santa Rosa. And so Mark and I talk about it at length. It's like we really want to be measured in how we deliver this. Because it's easy to say it is going to, Russian River's coming unhinged. It is going to, right? Or it's harder to say, it looks like it's not going to happen. It looks like everybody's going to be fine, but you may want to, in other words, just keep being measured. Because the easy thing to do is go red line quickly. So that's nice of you to say that, Heather, because that is how I feel.
I think a lot of people might think, being a meteorologist in California, boy, that's easy, right? The weather's always pretty nice, right? But I mean, there's a lot of pressure on you guys to get it right. Why is he so good?
Well, I was going to say
at what he does.
Well, when you get into the weather career, there's you kind of have to pick your own path and figure out who you are. And I know we're celebrating Bill at Channel 2, but I grew up in the North Bay, and I watched him in Santa Rosa on KFTY. And I remember back then, you watched the local people in San Francisco, and they kind of had this, I think, you know, weather's gone through different phases and transitions. It's like, is it a comedian doing weather, or is it a scientist? And at the time, it was like, I'm a scientist and I know more than you, and I'm going to show how much more I know. But Bill, at the time in Santa Rosa, you could just see he was happy and excited to talk about the weather. And what's been great over all these years since then, it still continues just to have that pure excitement.
Well, it's a great way to connect with people, because that's what, it's like the old adage, you know, people talk about, first thing you talk about at a party is wedding. If you don't know somebody, or not wedding, I'm sorry, weather. And that's what people, every one of us experience today. We experience the weather from today. And so I know it sounds cliche, but it's true. And so to be able to talk about it every night and have this common bond with the Bay Area, and this station afforded us all. I mean, this thing's a blowtorch, man. I mean, right? And Dennis and Julie and you guys, and we get to talk to a lot of people. And that's that thing I was saying before. I just feel so at home here. I mean, I grew up here and everything, all that. But I mean, but in terms of, I feel like I'm part of people's families.
Yeah,
that
you
comes
are.
up. It comes up a lot, and I feel, and Mark does too. I know you do. We feel it's important to deliver on that and to be, to be there when you need us to be there. And
Yeah.
And so, and it is hard to be measured in weather because everybody wants the big headline, the big SOE.
And that's the easy way to go. Where did your passion for meteorology and weather come from? I mean, when you look back at this whole journey, how do you?
What ignited that?
Yeah, how did it start?
Yeah, it was probably surfing.
Yeah,
because I was over at
being in the
Berkeley.
water.
I was a climatologist at
Sure.
Berkeley, and we had the DIFAX maps. You used to come and remember those, Mark?
Yeah.
And they
Noisy machines.
Yeah, and they would show, we had access to satellite imagery in 1977 that most people didn't. And so as a surfer, I was kind of like, that was the whole game up here, was knowing what the weather was going to do. And so then I was a climatologist at Cal, and then I got a degree in atmospheric science. And then Mark and I have an interesting experience because I was surfing, and Mark's a surfer, local kid. And he and I immediately hit it off because he was working at another station as an intern or something. But we were surfing one day, and he introduced himself, which I thought was brave.
Yeah.
And,
I thought it was a 50-50 chance he could be a jerk and blow me off.
Right.
Or you could be, and he ended up being incredibly nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so Marky,
Doesn't surprise me.
I'm like Mark's dad, essentially. Truthfully, yeah. So I pushed him through, first couple jobs, and
great.
So yeah, we've worked closely together a lot of years.
Can we talk just for a moment about some of your big moments here at Channel 2? And one of them is in 2014, one of only 8 meteorologists invited to the White House. President Barack Obama at the time, and it really was focusing on climate change. What do you remember from that interaction with the president then? And do you find it a little bit more difficult, both of you, to kind of talk about climate change, which has now become so politicized?
Yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's become very politicized. That was more of I think that was more of a photo op because I think he picked 8 meteorologists. I mean, I was one of the more popular ones at that time. Al Roker went. I think Janice Huff went. She used to work at KRON, but I think there were 8 of us, Kristen Z. And they basically said, we've issued this new climate study. Here's what it says. And it was it was just basically saying that the Earth's warming quicker than we thought, essentially. Yeah. And so they wanted to get the word out. But I think it was a lot of photo op because they were promoting that. And we're the biggest station in the Bay Area, and they're like, okay, let's get the word out. So
you left out the best part. The White House called several times, and you ignored them.
I thought somebody was calling. I thought somebody was
spam.
They called me for like 3 weeks, and one day I was on a bike ride, and I finally and they go, "This is the White House."
Maybe I should answer.
And they were mad. They were mad. I forgot you knew that. Huh? They were mad at me. It was the White House. And they're no, this is the White House.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, wait. Before we wrap up here, what is the retirement forecast for Bill Martin here? What's next here?
It is.
What's the next adventure?
Everybody asks that, but it's going to be more of the same. It's going to be more like I really like my life, and I love my life with you guys. What I'm going to miss most is the kids. I consider you guys kids. I mean, that crazy.
I appreciate it.
But I love you guys. I just think it's so fun in this business because I grew up with the old timers, and I was the kid, and so it's nice to be. Yeah, it's nice to just being around kids. It's awesome. Like Mark's a kid to me, and he's almost 50 or something.
Yeah, but I bet your family, your beautiful wife Pam, your 2 kids are really going to appreciate having you around. I hope I don't regret those.
Yeah.
That statement. Pam's going to be like, oh,
she's coming in tonight too.
I know. But really, it's been such a pleasure.
We're going to miss the heck out of you, Bill.
Well, I know. You guys are awesome.
One of a kind, man, honestly.
Thank you very much. And I just want to say I love both of you. I really do.
Appreciate that.
This one, the hardest working woman in the building.
No doubt.
I'm a big fan of Heather Holmes, only because I see her working harder and longer than anybody. I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of you. And you. And Marky, too. You guys are all awesome. And plus, it's a legacy, you guys. I leave. I'm kind of the last of that old thing. Oh, Dennis and all
and
the... Julie and Mark. But you guys are the new thing, and that's exciting.
Who's going to call me Holmesy?
Holmesy?
Mark,
I
know, you are.
The torch there?
Yes,
oh my gosh, that's what you yell out there every time you see her.
Holmesy.
Thanks for having me on before, because I do like your show.
Thank you.
I sit in the green room and watch you guys.
Yeah, we just let it show here.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Bill.
Congratulations, Bill. Looking forward to spending some time with you later on tonight.
Thank you.